A good day to our viewers. I am Liquid12A, reviewing a recently released kart racer on the Nintendo Switch eShop called All-Star Fruit Racing. This review has been made possible by PQube Limited, who provided us with a review key. So, without any further ado, let's start our engines and see what they can present us. There is no plot. You race a bunch of times to unlock stuff. Also, very fruity. That's about it. All-Star Fruit Racing is, as one can clearly tell, a racing game. Specifically, a kart racing game. If you've played any prominent kart racing game, Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing, Diddy Kong Racing, just to name a few, then All-Star Fruit Racing will be more of the same, relatively speaking. One might even call it a budget Mario Kart. It's got mechanics shared amongst other kart racers, like drifting for turbo boosts, power-ups, kart customization. It's all here and it's all familiar, so the game is practically pick up and play, controls notwithstanding. They're good and responsive, and they're laid out very well, but are unorthodox compared to most kart racers, so they take some getting used to. Despite all that though, the game does do a couple things differently compared to its brethren, enough to specifically talk about. The power-up system works differently to the standard kart racing fare depending on the race. Located on the bottom right corner of the screen are your fruit tanks. When applicable, tracks have rows of fruit lying around to collect. Collecting specific fruit allows access to the list of power-ups, which include missiles, shields, pools of slippery fluids, turbo boosts, and tire freezing ice. These on their own are useful, but there's more. Every selectable character has a unique fruit-themed super weapon exclusive to them, accessed only via hoarding all fruit tanks until they are filled. This can range from a honing pineapple bazooka to a giant hard-to-avoid peach explosive, and can turn the tide of a race depending on how and when they're used. It's a varied power-up system, and it's commendable. Drifting, likewise, has some different implementation compared to the usual fare. On the surface, it works like other racers. You slide on the ground to make hard turns and build up a boost meter while doing so. It's when you look at the specific intricacies of the mechanic that it becomes interesting. In most kart racers, when you begin a drift, you can't let go at all lest you lose a drift and any accumulated boosts. Furthermore, hitting a wall or similar terrain usually ruins your groove. In fruit racing though, not only can you let go of the drift button and not immediately lose a boost, but you can quickly drift again if you want to. Gaining speed this way is deceptively easy to do, albeit possibly tiring on the hands. It's debatable whether this is a good thing or a bad thing given the fact it's clearly snaking, a technique most prevalent in early Mario Kart titles, but it is a notable part of the gameplay. So let's just call it a thing. Overall though, said gameplay is very much passable. It doesn't have the same kind of grace a more mainstream karting title would have. It's not perfect though. Sometimes the lap counts are imbalanced relative to course length. One match can be easy, but the next ends up being tough to even maintain third place, and the alert system for incoming attacks is, quite frankly, obnoxious with how the alarms sound and flashing lights come around, but it's otherwise perfectly workable. It goes without saying that the game's devotion to a fruity aesthetic is not only evident, but well done. From the environments and characters bursting with charm and color to the music having a very summerish aesthetic. The commitment is so strong to the degree that there are even fruit factoids on loading screens. It's as if the developer saw Fruit Ninja and thought it wasn't fruity enough. It's good. Not flawless, seeing as some models and environments look a tad weird, maybe plasticky, but it's excusable to a degree. The 30 to 45 frames per second frame rate is rather disappointing, but on the flip side it's stable, as is the game in general. There's no crashing and no game-breaking bugs for playing normally. True, you might very rarely find a scenario by accident where you catapult yourself out of bounds, but seeing as you can reset yourself to the track painlessly, it's no harm done. All-Star Fruit Racing is ultimately something of a solid package when picked up, with a lengthy career mode, online modes, time attacks, unlockables, and car customization to keep you occupied for a while. It can justify its higher than normal price tag, if you don't have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, since what you can do here is done much better over there. It's also more recommended for those who have people to play with above all else. It's by no means unplayable alone, but for $40, there are probably better options. And with all that in mind, I'm giving All-Star Fruit Racing on the Nintendo Switch a 3.5 out of 5. Let us know what you think of the game below if you buy it. A special thanks to PQube Limited for making the review possible, and our patrons who help keep our site up and running. In the meantime, make sure to like the video if you want to see more, and subscribe for more videos and news straight from the source. I am Liquid128, signing off.